In the day's other news, stocks rallied on Wall Street over optimism about progress on a COVID-19 vaccine. The Dow Jones Industrial Average soared 399 points to close at nearly 29,480. The Nasdaq rose 120 points, and the S&P 500 closed at a record high for the first time since September, adding 48 points. At least 7 people have died in North Carolina in flash flooding triggered by Tropical Storm Eta. Roads and bridges were swept away after some places were inundated with as much as 10 inches of rain. One person also died in Florida. Meanwhile, Tropical Storm Iota has formed in the Caribbean. It is expected to become a hurricane late Sunday as it barrels towards Central America. The death toll from the catastrophic typhoon in the Philippines has now risen to at least 42 people. 20 others are still missing. More than 400,000 people were evacuated. Cleanup efforts are underway now that floodwaters have started to recede. Residents who were able to return to their homes found virtually everything coated in mud. In Ethiopia, the United Nations is warning of war crimes amid conflict between the central government and regional rebel leaders. Hundreds of civilians have been killed in the northern Tigray state this week in what Amnesty International has called a massacre. The UN estimates more than 14,500 refugees have fled to nearby Sudan. They spoke of the heartbreak of leaving their homeland.
I left my mother in a church. She's an elderly woman. My brother is blind. We left him there as well. There's no food or water. Everyone ran away, and on the way we found murdered people with weapons and axes and knives. That's why we ran. What were we to do? We want to save ourselves.
Heartbreaking. Refugees said they witnessed bombings by government warplanes and civilian deaths in Tigray, but the Ethiopian government insisted that they are striking only military targets of Tigrayan forces. 7 pharmaceutical companies leading the worldwide search for a COVID-19 vaccine have been targeted by cyber attacks. Microsoft said today that it detected intrusions from state-backed Russian and North Korean hackers. Most attempted to steal login credentials. Microsoft was able to block a majority of the attacks, but acknowledged some of the break-in efforts were successful. The targeted companies were not identified. A historic first in Major League Baseball and the entire U.S. sporting world. Kim Ng has become the first female general manager of an MLB franchise after being tapped to lead the Miami Marlins. She's also believed to be the first female GM of a men's team in any of the major American sports leagues. The 51-year-old has spent her entire professional career with the MLB and has won 3 World Series. And a passing to note, football legend Paul Hornung died in Louisville, Kentucky, after a battle with dementia. Dubbed Golden Boy, the halfback led the Green Bay Packers to 4 NFL championships in the early 60s. He also won the 1956 Heisman Trophy in college at Notre Dame. And in 1986, he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Paul Hornung was 84 years old. Still to come on the NewsHour, the coronavirus complicates efforts to counteract alarming infant mortality rates in Pakistan. Mark Shields and David Brooks analyze the impact of the president's refusal to concede. We remember some of the many remarkable lives lost to COVID-19, plus much more.
This is the PBS NewsHour from WETA Studios in Washington and in the West from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.